There's something about motorcycling and Sunday mornings. When you get that ride, you feel like you've begun your Sunday well. Well, for those who keep inquiring as to how do I manage to keep things balanced, this is how. So my buddy is going to be having that very delicious looking steamy idiyappam with the tenga pal and the chana korma. I'm going to be content just sipping on some coffee. Yeah, love the sound. I just feel so charged. I don't know if you realize that. I think, you know, everybody should have some sort of a passion, some sort of an obsession almost, that you do every once in a while, that you indulge in every once in a while, because I think it kind of reinvigorates you. Hey man, a sweet motorcycle. Huh? I like this. Good to see you. Where do you want to go? Krishnagiri? Nice. This is which one you said? MT-01. MT-01. I like this blocky.
Yeah, it's more like a muscle bike.
Yeah. Hi folks, welcome to another Sunday ride, and this time I have one of my neighbors who's joined me on his very sporty muscle bike, the Yamaha MT-01. So the plan today is to ride towards Krishnagiri, probably a little beyond that. Happy to be back on the fat boy. There's no place like home. That's the sort of feeling that I have when I'm riding this motorcycle. It's a busy Sunday, but I thought we should get at least a short ride, at least 100 kilometers on the Odo, just to make it feel like it's a great Sunday morning. There's something about motorcycling and Sunday mornings. When you get that ride, you feel like you've begun your Sunday well. I've never ridden a sports bike ever. That certainly looks like a beefy, muscular motorcycle. Beautiful weather this morning. Very cool, very pleasant. I was a little apprehensive if it would rain this morning, and looked at the weather, but it said no rains, at least for the greater part of the day. So I knew we could get a short ride in. I have a busy week coming up. I'm shooting at least 3 or 4 days. And there is something to beginning your week with a good Sunday ride. I think it just sets the pace, sets the tone for the week that follows. Well, I'm used to riding in a very easy sort of a stance, in a very easy sort of a style. I don't know about my neighbor. I must check with him, because that certainly looks like a motorcycle that has a lot of grunt, that can zip like these other motorcycles do. So I must check whether the space is okay for him. Sometimes I wonder why trucks don't fasten. It's very scary. You saw that truck with a load leaning all the way to the left. I shudder to think what would happen if that load slips and falls on the left on an unsuspecting motorist. Scary. I think I've been doing a lot of rides on this route lately, but just that I find it very easy in terms of getting in and out of where I live in Koramangala. You come out and you directly get on to Hosur Road and you find the expressway, the electronic city flyover, and you're on this route. Especially when you're late, you want to, you know, if you drive through the city again, you get all the traffic lights and things like that. So therefore I think we've been riding on this route a lot more. Let me know what you think of the angle that you're seeing on this GoPro on my front facing, that is facing towards me, GoPro setup. I thought it would be interesting to get a different perspective, and that's the idea. Always a bit of a traffic snarl here because the folks have decided to set up barricades to stop trucks or whosoever from escaping. Kind of defeats the whole purpose on a highway. I wish they had a more efficient, better way of managing things on this side. Just this bit. Stop and go, stop and go. That's what we need to do. Welcome to Tamil Nadu. Look at this. They want to ensure that nobody escapes, and therefore I don't understand the sense of setting up barricades on a highway. Anyways, back on the ride. Back to cruising mode. It's not just about putting your indicator on, it's also about checking that there's no traffic on your left. Maybe they could divert all heavy traffic onto the service lane and then check their papers or whatever instead of inconveniencing everybody on the main carriageway. Anyways, I think that's the gripe for this morning. That's the gripe for this Sunday morning. I always find something to gripe about. I'm sure that's what some of you would be saying. But I'm grateful for most of the things that happen to us. Like for this ability to ride, get up in the morning, ride, the open roads, beautiful. I can never get tired of saying this, but I think Bengaluru weather is the best weather almost year round to be a motorcyclist. You can ride every single Sunday if you want to. I think that's what we are blessed with here in Bengaluru. And then the routes that we have, you know, notwithstanding the fact that if you're a little late, you get stuck in city traffic. But, you know, you can ride in so many directions. Towards Madras, towards Hyderabad, Old Madras, Chikballapur, Yashwantpur, on the Pune highway. You can ride towards Bengaluru on the Hassan highway. There's so much. You know, to me, this is the best part of that engine block there. And that, of course, is the owner, my neighbor, Dr. Harish.
Hello.
How long have you had this motorcycle?
Close to about 10 years.
10 years. And this is the Yamaha
MT-01.
MT-01.
Now there's an MT-10, I guess.
Yeah? Wonderful. What is that sound?
That's the engine pulling off the right.
Okay.
Because it's a 1670cc powered vehicle.
Ah.
It takes some time. Once you do a long cruise run, it cools down the automatic engine.
Oh, okay. So now it's on battery. So there's a fan going in somewhere.
It's got two fans. It's around this place.
Oh,
This is the exhaust, yeah.
So there's a fan here as well.
Yeah.
Well, even the Harley exhaust gets hot, but there's no fan. The Harley relies on wind power. Very nice.
It's more categorized as a muscle bike. So it's in between a cruiser and a sports bike. That's how it's categorized.
Wonderful. Well, for those who keep inquiring as to how do I manage to keep things balanced, this is how. So my buddy is going to be having that very delicious looking steamy idiyappam with the tenga pal and the chana korma. I'm going to be content just sipping on some coffee. To me, what's very important is balancing things out. If I want to eat, I can eat it, but if I've decided I'm not going to eat it, well, nothing can change my mind.
It's total injustice. He made me drive this morning saying I'm going to buy you some nice meat. But he's got me into some this. Nevertheless, the next time I'm going to hold him for this.
Absolutely. We'll go for a nice biryani.
Yeah. And the fish.
And the fish.
Yeah.
You can go with your hands even. You can just pour it and... How's it? I quite like this. You know, a change from the usual idli vade that we...
Do that, no?
Nice. This is our Mangalorean Shavik, you know. Everybody has a version of it.
Yeah. They use this even with the nati kodi sauce.
Yeah. It goes very well. It goes very well with that. Well, I sip on some coffee. Yeah. Love the sound. Well, breakfast done and on our way back home. Correction, I didn't do breakfast, I just did coffee, but it was nice to stop and chat and also check out this new motorcycle. I've never really ridden with a muscle bike before and I just love the look of the motorcycle. So we were just chatting on the motorcycle, about the motorcycle, etc. While coming in, my helmet camera froze, so I couldn't speak to you much, so I thought I'll speak a bit on the way back. Usually I'm vlogging on the way in and I close on the way out. But today I think is the reverse. Like those two pipes at the back. I'm told they get so hot that there's a fan that runs to cool them. Actually, whenever you're riding back, especially on this route, the traffic going back to Bengaluru is a lot lesser as opposed to the opposite side. Bengaluru is 78 kilometers from where we are. Beautiful weather. I'm riding with somebody new after a very long time. So usually I'm either riding solo or with one of my buddies from the group. But I think it's good, I think, once in a while to mix things up. Nice to get a different perspective on the motorcycle, on the ride. This is one of my favorite stretches to ride on this route, where it cuts through these mountains, and there's a forest area on both sides. Otherwise, most of this route is very well developed. So I also love the landscape around here, and the fact that there's a gentle twist in the road. Usually the trucks are struggling on this route, on this stretch, because of the incline, but on the motorcycle you can weave past them. I'm told at one time this also used to be an elephant crossing. You find that hard to believe now, but I guess before these dividers came, before all this traffic came, so there used to be a board around for the longest time which said elephant crossing, but I don't see that. Oh, there it is. I just saw the board there which spoke about the elephant crossing. But I find it hard to believe that an elephant would come down this incline, cross this and go over to the other side, because I think this road must have been carved through mountains. When you do this ride on a Sunday, your Sunday just feels so complete. I just feel so charged. I don't know if you realize that. I think, you know, everybody should have some sort of a passion, some sort of an obsession almost, that you do every once in a while, that you indulge in every once in a while, because I think it kind of reinvigorates you. Otherwise, what's the point? You're doing the same thing day in, day out, whether it's at work, whether it's with your family. But a passion or a hobby, a sport, or any activity that you're passionate about, I think really helps recharge you. And that's why I think it's very important for all of us to find that one activity. It could be anything, not just riding a motorcycle. It could be, let's say, reading, it could be cinema, it could be a game, it could be a sport, it could be bird watching, it could be hiking, it could be cycling. I think it's important to find that and give it a shot. Let me know what is it that you like to do to keep your mind fresh, to keep yourself rejuvenated, energized always. I hope you got my last ride where I spoke about why I prefer the Fat Boy to the 1250 GS, at least for my kind of riding. And I listed why. I hope you caught that vlog, and let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if you agree, didn't agree, etc, etc. Well, what is that siren for on that motorcycle? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Why would you have a siren on a motorcycle when you're riding? It's not like you're a cop motorcycle. Like I said last time around, I think everybody has a personality and every motorcycle has a personality. What you need to do is find that ideal fit between the personality of the motorcycle and your personality. And if you can find that, I think then you'll enjoy your rides, like I am this morning. Actually, quite a few trucks. I think they're all making their way to Bengaluru. I'm planning on doing some rides which are slightly different from the rides that I've been doing, and I have some thoughts, but I will share them with you when the time is right. Thankfully, he has the siren switched off now. I think to some the charm of motorcycling, riding this big motorcycles, is also about attracting attention. And I guess it really depends on the sort of person that you are. Of course, there's no denying the fact that a fat boy attracts attention on its own. But I don't want to do anything else. Add a big horn, add too many lights. Definitely never will add a siren. But I guess to each his own, you know. And I guess whatever floats your boat. As for me, I'm enjoying this ride with the Yamaha alongside, the MT-01. Crossing another reserve forest area on NH44. I think this is a Amanna forest range. Thankfully the sun stopped beating down and it's nice and cloudy again. Misjudged the speed of this lorry in front, trudging along on the right lane. And the sun is back again. So, well, anyways, I think I'm going to close this ride right here. I hope you enjoyed this motovlog. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of my friend's motorcycle, the Yamaha MT-01. I thought it was quite interesting, muscular. They call it a muscle bike, and it certainly looks that part. If you haven't subscribed to this channel already, please consider subscribing. It really helps me in the work that I do, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.